Do you all know that I thought I was live? Do you know I have been sitting here talking to myself for about 8 minutes? I have been sitting here talking to myself. I have I have been talking to myself for 8 minutes. Wait a minute. Let me say that one more time. I have been sitting here talking to myself for 8 minutes. I haven't done that in a long time. You see, it's been raining and raining and raining, and I feel like my head is in a cloud. Obviously, I just looked up in the corner and I just saw the thing said go live. So that means you all missed the intro, right? So that means I get to do it over again, right? Here goes. Okay, and then don't forget this one. Yeah, that's why the slides are up. I put the slides up and everything. I was literally sitting here talking to myself. Let me see. Let me see who was here first. Oh, Elaine Parker was here first. Thank you for being here first, Elaine Parker. And as I said about 10 minutes ago, I'm sorry, this is way past your bedtime. Thank you for being up with us. And then, of course, I said hello to B. Martin, Black Queen, Ramon Aquino, Elaine, Joya Moore, Judy Matassit, Ingrid Soares. I did all of that. And the only reason why I noticed that we wasn't live is because I was looking to see how many people were in the room or in the chat, and I noticed that I didn't see any numbers. I'm like, where's the numbers? Well, of course, there's no numbers if you don't start the thing. So, oh God, oh well. Thank you for being here. How trippy is that? I just knew I was live. Oh man. Anyway, wait a minute. Okay. All right. So that shouldn't be happening. Let me check one more thing before I say or do anything else. Let me make sure that I am uh okay, I have the troll spray on. That is so weird. Oh man, I can't I feel awful about that. I'm just talking and talking and talking and I wasn't even live. Oh well. Well, I talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Talk about moving. You gotta move on. Ba-da-da-da-da. You gotta move on. Well, I talk about it. Dansby, welcome. Marjorie Austin, thank you for being here. Okay, so let's get on with it. Um, and you know what? Somebody was about to bring me a plate, and I said, "Oh no, don't come because I'm about to start my live stream. I'll just get some food tomorrow." I literally turned down a plate of food, prime rib. Oh well. But see, I thought my plate was coming sooner, but after they ate, they passed out, and I'm just like, "Where is my food?" Oh well. So let me get on with this then. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Natal. Let me see. What's the other one? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, happy holidays to you all. So of course you could see Harry and Meghan and Lily and Archie. That was, I think, that is my all-time favorite for the Sussex Christmas card, the annual Sussex Christmas card. That was the introduction to Lily's Christmas. And um, well, yes or no? Y'all ready for my birthday? Yes, no, of course we are. Um, and let me continue here. So take a look there. Let us go back in time to that time that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, actually volunteered for the USO. I think she went over to, was it Afghanistan or was it Iraq? Well, anyway, our Duchess flew on one of those government Air Force One planes, along with, I think, the Secretary of something or Lieutenant Sec. Oh, who knows? But anyway, they went over seas for the USO Christmas show. And of course, this was long before our Duchess met Prince Harry, long before she became a member of that colonizing family, the Windsors. And of course, Harry has also done his share of humanitarian work and philanthropy before meeting the Duchess of Sussex. As you can see, um, a life of service, because as we know, service is universal, a life of service runs in the family. Here, here. Let me see. It's okay. Merry Christmas, Baron. You sure enough treat us right. Oh, thank you. Bluesy song for you by BB King. Okay, thank you very much. Thrill is gone. Thrill is gone away. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Let me see here. Just got off a 21-hour shift, and the first thing I do is check to see if Baron is on. I'm hooked. I need help. I need help because Baron was sitting here talking for almost 10 minutes and didn't realize he wasn't on. So if you need help, I can't tell you what I need right now, but um, wow, that was weird. I got to stop thinking about it though. It's over, it's done, we're here, and that's all that matters. Um, the one thing I love about the using the MacBook as opposed to the iMac computer, it's portable. I can pick this thing up and walk around with it. Who knows what I can get into while I'm on this computer? Okay, so I think I am going to make myself very comfortable. Okay, so most days I have 40 slides, right? 40 slides, more or less. Today, I have a whopping 80 slides. 80 slides. What in the world do I have to talk about with 80 slides? I wish I knew, but we're going to find out very soon. Very soon. So, I'm going to get myself comfortable and get my bell. Just need my agua, and we're good. And by the way, whoever purchased I forgot who it was, but someone got me a computer stand. And I have to tell you, this computer stand is awesome. It's telescopic. Well, not but you can raise it up and down. And that is amazing. I saw it on I guess it was a commercial. But this thing is really awesome. So just so you know, whoever bought the computer stand, I actually use it. The quality is incredible. So thank you again for that. And thank you all for all of the gifts I have received from the official Royal Sussex wish list. Very glad for it. Thank you. Okay. So, okay. Hey, Legs. Legs wants to say hi to a few people. We're always glad to help out with that. Uh, wow. So, you mean to tell me you come home from work after a 21-hour shift, and the first thing you do is check to see if Royal Sussex is on? That is incredible. I cannot tell you how flattering that is. That is just, I don't think I deserve it, but thank you. I love that. I mean, it's just, it feels good to feel helpful, you know? That's what it is. It's a good feeling to be of service and to be helpful to someone. So thank you for that. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. Hey, Nubian Queen. Big Mama's in the house. In his house. Thank you for being here, Big Mama. Okay. Happy holidays. Hi, I Brownie. Okay. Oh, Elaine Parker. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being here on Royal Sussex. All right, let us continue. Now, again, Harry and Meghan have both had a life of service. Harry, of course, here, I believe he was in Africa. Maybe, was this with Santa? Not sure. But, and of course, Merry Christmas from Montecito. There's that California Christmas tree, the way we all picture California, where you have a Christmas tree right by the beach, a little warm fire, just enough to keep you warm. But Merry Christmas from Montecito. And as we always say in Montecito, there, why is my bell sounding funny? In Montecito, there are no leaks in Montecito. It never leaks in Montecito. Okay, moving on. Sentabale wishes you a Merry Christmas. The Prince's Foundation, that is the two princes, Prince Seso and Prince Harry, the founders of Sentabale for Children in Africa. Sentabale, and as you know, as Sussex Squad, we have supported Sentabale on at least two occasions that I'm aware of where we had the big fundraiser for Sentabale. So that was very cool. Always glad to help. And remember, you could always give any day of the year. And let us not forget the first annual Montecito Car Parade of Lights. That's right, the Car Parade of Lights. In 2021, Harry and Meghan were very instrumental as a way to say, hi, thank you for welcoming us to the neighborhood. And you may remember that they were one of the big sponsors, if not the only, were they the only sponsors? Anyway, well, they gave a lot. I'll just say that. They gave a lot for the first annual Montecito Car Parade of Lights. And right here, you can see as if the Sussexes are not living a life of a romantic comedy. Do you all remember this? This is the Christmas tree lot where Harry and Meghan went and got their first Montecito Christmas tree. And because we love the Sussexes, of course, I would make sure that I still keep that photo just to remember. But yeah, so this is the lot where the first royals, I'm not royal, but the first Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex Christmas tree was purchased back in 2021. And here you can see a collage of all the Christmas cards. And thank you to the squatty who put these together. You have the one from 2018 and 2019 when Archie was born, 2020, 2021, 22, and finally we're over here at 2023. So, yeah, wait a minute. Which was which? So the one at the top, then that's Archie. Then that was Montecito. Then that was Lily. That was last year, right? And then, okay. So why are there seven of them? I'm confused. But anyway, no matter. Those are the Sussex Christmas cards. Now, Merry Christmas. Just want to throw these out there. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. I forgot the words. Um, back in 2019, the forecast across the country, it was 57 degrees in Chicago, 55 degrees in Phoenix, 56 degrees in Los Angeles, California. What in the frappuccino is going on? And again, we have a warmer than usual Christmas. I guess the idea of a white Christmas is no more. Instead of having those beautiful, fluffy snowflakes for Christmas, it seemed like we are trending to. And it has already snowed this season, so we did have snow in the fall, but we just, for whatever reason, the snow keeps skipping Christmas. So if you think that this is kind of strange, let me just remind you that in 2019, it was 57 degrees at Christmas. So I I prefer the, a white Christmas, a snowy Christmas, if you will. That is my favorite. And I'm looking at the weather, and we're going to be in the 40s. It's not going to be freezing until Sunday is the next opportunity for snow. Um, it's only going to be 32 degrees, which in Fahrenheit, that is the freezing point of water. So we probably won't have any snow. I don't see anything for the next 10 days. It looks like snow. So yeah, we are SOL for the SNOW. Let's see. Duchess of Success. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you too. And thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you so much for being here today. I hope you are safe and enjoying your Christmas, and many happy returns of the day. Let me see here. Sean says, Baron, Tesla has a huge problem. Well, how about Tesla is recalling every last one of their cars that's been sold because of a self-driving bad accident? Over 2 million cars. Really? Well, that is shocking. That is shocking. But I have to say, in Tesla's defense, that this innovation is huge, but they are making big steps to make driving safer than ever before. So I have to say hats off to the consumers that were the first ones to purchase the autonomous driving. But yeah, they'll work out the bugs. I'm confident they will work out the bugs, and it's probably gonna be safer than ever. So it is a little temporary setback, but they'll be fine. So yeah, I just hope nobody gets hurt or anything like that. But I've been looking at the Tesla. I have, and every time I get behind the wheel, I'm just like, if only this car had the autonomous driving. But yeah, okay. So thank you so much for that update, and thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And I still want a Tesla. Janet Lavalley, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being here tonight. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Or today, this morning, or tonight. I forget. It might be morning where you are. But thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And Brown Girl is celebrating 20 months of membership. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you so much, Brown Girl. And thank you for your 20 months membership to Royal Sussex. Greatly appreciate it. Uh, oh, let me see. Oh, you're welcome. All right. Let me see here. And that's that. Let me see. I'm looking at your comments. Oh, by the way, check this out. In 2019, do you know it was 34 degrees and we had snow for Halloween in 2019 and 57 degrees in Chicago? I'm just reminding you guys of how odd the weather can be. Look at that. And this person right here, you can see they took a photo. This might be their ring camera or something, but you can see their car covered in snow for Halloween, and then balmy and very warm for Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, here's a little joy for everyone. I love this photo. How adorable. And if that's not enough, check it out. Joys joys of the season. When there is hate, rely on your power to love. When there is hurt, share your hope. When there is sadness, find and spread your joy. Huh? Huh? Those are words to live by. Find and spread your joy. And for some of us, it might be a blue Christmas, as Elvis would say. A blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a blue Christmas tree. I love that song. I love Elvis. Elvis is really cool. So that is probably one of my favorite Elvis songs is Blue Christmas. A hunk of blue. Oh man, This is like the best Christmas I've had in a while. And check this out. Check this out. Merry Christmas. How adorable. I wonder if that's one of those AIs. I wonder if that's one of those AIs. I really can't tell, but check it out. And you notice that one of those young ladies is holding an official Royal Sussex Christmas mug. Okay, so there isn't really an official Royal Sussex Christmas mug, but there should be. Oh well. But yeah, I love that. And they look adorable. I know, Bunny Rose. Isn't that adorable? So cute. Oh, Anastasia says he stole the people's idea from them and made it look like it was a gym. Are we talking about? You're talking about. Are you talking about what's his name, Elon? Because you could easily have said Thomas Alva Edison, because Edison did not invent most things, if anything, but he always took credit for it. He always took credit for it, including the filament for the incandescent light bulb, which I believe was the creation of a black man. And speaking of a black man, there is another black Santa. I'm just here to tell you that in my household, this is what Santa looked like. Santa had a nose that looked much like mine. Santa had a face that looked much like mine. As a matter of fact, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, they were interchangeable. I look like the both of them. Helene Gruen, let me see, a Merry Christmas, beautiful family. Thank you so much for that, Helene. But look at those kids. Aren't they adorable? I think this is another one of those AI. The AI is It's getting better. I like that you can still tell that it's not a real photo. I think where AI is worrisome is that sometimes you can't tell whether or not it's a real photo. And as I said, I have fun facts and lots of information. So, this is the image of Santa Claus that we have all known all these years. Well, I just want to remind you guys um, that this Santa Claus that we know with the red suit trimmed in white fur and the big black belt, that Santa Claus is actually a ad campaign from Coca-Cola. Yes, drink Coca-Cola, delicious and refreshing. Well, Coca-Cola was looking for a clever ad campaign, so they had an artist come up with this idea of Santa Claus that we have all enjoyed for years now. Santa Claus, old Saint Nick, whatever you want to call him, that image is of a commercial kind. Take a look there. The artist, his name was Haddon Sunbloom. Haddon Sunbloom. And Haddon Sunbloom, he was an artist who died in 1976, I believe it was. But he created this image of Santa Claus for Coca-Cola. And now, all over the world, you see people with those red and white hats on celebrating Christmas. And here's the artist right here, Haddon Hubbard Sonny Sunbloom. They nicknamed him Sonny. So Haddon Sunbloom, he was born in June of 1899 and died in 1976. Was an American artist of Swedish and Finnish descent, and best known for the image of Santa Claus he created for the Coca-Cola Company. Friend Lou Prentice was the original model for the illustrators, that is Santa. So the real Santa, his name is Lou Prentice, and that was he was the model. And of course, there you go. There's Lou right there, and there's the artist himself. So you could thank this guy for the Santa Claus that we see everywhere. Could you imagine, as an artist, that you create one of the most memorable, most iconic images ever? And now most people in the world don't associate Santa Claus and Coca-Cola. We just don't make that association anymore. But that's exactly where Santa Claus comes from the Coca-Cola. Well, the image of Santa comes from the Coca-Cola bottling company, beverage company. And of course, again, there is the Santa Claus that you see around my neighborhood. Santa Claus comes straight to the ghetto. I said, Santa Claus. You know, I don't know the words. Come straight to the ghetto. But I do know that that was a James Brown song. Let me see. Hi, Brenda Gray. Oh, is Lauren here? I didn't see Lauren. Hi, Bunny Rose. Vinny Blair. And take a look here. This is my favorite Santa. The reason why I love this Santa is because this Santa is doing what needed to be done, and nobody else had enough sense to do what needed to be done. But this Santa decided, well, you see right there, it says Santa makes a quick stop at Dan Wooten's house. So I have to say that this is my favorite Santa. I believe last year he made a stop over at Jeremy Clarkson's house. But this year, Santa decided to take a quick stop at the Dan Wooten house and drop a deuce, right? Deuces. Drop a deuce for Wooten. And let us hope that Dan Wooten heard some noise on the roof of his house and went and looked up the chimney to see exactly what the commotion was. Let's hope that at that very moment, Helene, you have an imagination. Helene says, I hope he ate some bad turkey before. Uh, uh, yes. Um, I do hope that Dan Wooten, nosy as he is, I hope he heard some like tapping on the roof of the house, and at that very moment he went and looked up the chimney with his mouth wide open. What's going on? It's much easier for the Sussexes to blame anything uncomfortable on racism rather than the fact that the negativity towards them is coming from inside the house. Well, maybe this negativity is coming from inside the chimney. Joy Henry, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for joining us tonight on Royal Sussex. Santa Claus goes straight to Wooten's chimney. I said Santa Claus goes straight to Dan Wooten's chimney. That's so bad. Um, Okay. Let me continue here. There you are, official Lauren Brown. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Now, on behalf of doctors and nurses everywhere, don't even think about it. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Well, apparently, some people have purchased this rather modern interpretation of Christmas ornamentation, and they have taken license with its aesthetics and decided that it had a more mechanical, biological, functional purpose. And just as a warning, as a public service warning, please do not, please do not do anything peculiar with Christmas ornaments because, well, the emergency rooms, the surgeries all over the country will be inundated with people, with a very strange complaint of posterior pain. Right? I'm trying to put it as polite as possible, but yes, do not take license with the use thereof. Right? Right. Now, also, we need to remember that even though Harry and Meghan haven't spent much time over in the United Kingdom because it just doesn't seem safe enough, even the Queen wasn't safe. The man reportedly spent the evening eating and drinking with senior officers being offered a bed for the night. Fake priests reportedly conned his way into Queen's Guards barracks. Did you get that? That happened a few years ago, a couple years ago, was it? Where the guy was supposed to be a priest and he goes and he hangs out at the Queen's barracks and they even offered him a bed for the night. He sat up there and got drunk. And then, of course, there's the crossbow intruder at Windsor. Don't forget, there was someone who tried to scale. Why did he make it over the wall? He was trying to get into Windsor Castle. He was going to go after the Queen with a crossbow. Well, he ended up getting some jail time. He is in jail right now or in prison. But yeah, there was the crossbow intruder. An intruder wielding a crossbow was arrested at Windsor Castle today after a breach security. After he breached security while the Queen was preparing for a Christmas church service. That really happened. So none of those people are as safe as they should be. But with the level of threats against the Sussexes. I until they iron out these security things, it's better if the family stays away. Kathy A, thank you for being a member, and thank you so much for the super sticker. And happy holidays to you. Thank you for being here. Hey, Rohini, Rohini's here. Now, when you order from Amazon and you're using that Alexa, make sure you have your teeth in your mouth. Because if you wear dentures and you try to use Alexa without your dentures, or if you've had too much eggnog, weird things can happen. So, ordering Christmas gifts with Alexa can be very confusing. Could you imagine if you don't have your teeth in and you say, Alexa, um, I want to order some cheeses. Could you imagine that, trying to order from Alexa and you don't have your dentures in and you have that little list, and next thing you know, you get a bundle all the way from Bethlehem. So be careful. Be careful when you use that Alexa. Plus, you know that thing is listening to your conversation 24 hours a day. But yeah, people have made that mistake and they have gotten a parcel all the way from Bethlehem, the little town of Bethlehem. So, yeah. Speaking of getting things from Bethlehem, again, sometimes there's confusion, and it turns out that there was a family that somehow, when they were trying to get to Bethlehem, they got to Buckingham Palace. And yeah, so again, sometimes things can be a little confusing. Okay, moving on, moving on. And here is a rare scene. Um, Apparently, with the migrant crisis that's going on right now, it's not unusual to see Middle Eastern women riding public transportation in various cities around the world, accompanied by a violinist, someone playing a lute, and then someone singing backup. So, not a rare occurrence, I'm afraid. So here is my Christmas message to Charles III. Want to keep Christ in Christmas? Now, you know he mentioned Jesus Christ this year. If you want to keep Christ in Christmas, feed the hungry. Wait a minute, I got to use my bell. Feed the hungry. Welcome the unwanted. Care for the ill. Love your enemies and do unto others as you would have done unto you. Amen. Amen. Let me see. Michelle Breathwaite, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for being here and being a member of Royal Sussex. Very, very nice. Yeah, so remember those things. Now, I was watching Maury Povich the other day, and I don't know if I was like half in, half out, or if I was just out of it, but I could have swore I heard Maury Povich say, according to our test results, Joseph, you are not the father. You are not the father. So Joseph ran backstage and the cameras followed him back there. There was a lot of crying, but then again, there was a lot of rejoicing and prayers. And then all of a sudden, these three kings walked in, and no, not Latin kings, but three kings from other places. But yeah, these three kings walked in, and yeah, it was very interesting. It was a very touching moment. So unlike, it was a very special Maury Povich. It really was. Okay. And well, Wrapping's done. Wrapping for Christmas has never been easier. Nowadays, gift wrapping is as simple as logging on to your Amazon account, entering your credit card, and all of a sudden you're done. You have purchased, you have wrapped your gifts, everything done, easy peasy. Now, that's what I call the Christmas spirit. Nothing says Christmas like an Amazon account, right? I love Amazon. I love Amazon. Even though Jeff Bezos looks kind of creepy to me, I do love me some Amazon. But yeah, so this is what we're doing now. This is 2023, okay? As as that lady says, this is 2023, okay? What are we gonna do next year with the lady from the islands? She's gonna have to do another video. She's gonna have to do one and say, this is 2024, okay? I wish I knew how to get in touch with her. Have yourself a minimalist Christmas. You don't need much stuff. Just a stool and lights across the corner, no fuss. So have yourself a minimalist Christmas now. All together. Have yourself a minimalist Christmas. Just throw the lights over there and just put a little chair. So have yourself a minimalist Christmas now. Yes, a very minimalist Christmas. You don't need much. It doesn't take much. Just a string of lights and a little imagination, and you will have yourself a very minimalist Christmas. I told you guys I had some fun stuff for you today. You didn't want to miss it, did you? Okay, moving on. Have yourself an emo Christmas. Now, the emo Christmas, well, the emo Christmas is a lot of dark lyrics. You have to wear your hair over your eyes. You have to pull the cuffs of your sleeves over your hands. And of course, well, it can get pretty murky, but listen, emos are people too. So have yourself a very emo Christmas. If you're not familiar with emo, those are bands like My Chemical Romance, Black Veil Brides, emo. The lyrics are very dark and very, it's kind of like a little like grunge, a little like goth, but it's emo. Yeah, every generation has that, music, and everybody wears black. And anyway, with emo, it's black with a little splash of red. That is the aesthetic cue of emo. So, okay. And this right here is a screenshot of one of, I don't know if you guys have been listening to they have a bunch of Christmas stations that plays nothing but, Christmas channels that play nothing but Christmas music on YouTube. And I was listening to the one that plays like a little soft jazz in the background while I was prepping for today's show. And they use these, I don't know, I don't think this is a real room. I think this room is computer generated, like an AI or something. But isn't it beautiful? Who could not enjoy Christmas in a space like that? And I love the different rooms. Like I have one on the television right now, and it is a very modern, like minimalist apartment, actually. And It's got the floor to ceiling windows and the little tiny fireplace dangling from the ceiling. Beautiful. And of course, the view of the city in the backdrop. Oh, wow. To live like that, I tell you, that would be amazing. And of course, yeah, okay, next. And for the Royal Rota, the vein of my existence, I would love to invite the Royal Rota to a Christmas party. Every year, I have this fantasy. I lie in bed gnashing my teeth, and I dream of the day the Royal Rota or Royal Rodents will come to a Christmas party. They will come out of their little holes, wherever, whatever little hole they're in, they will crawl out of their little holes, and right there to greet them would be a massive feral cat. Yeah, and the way to attract them is to just slide a little gift. You know, the Royal Rota, they love free stuff. So all you got to do is just if you offer them something free, they will come out of hiding. And my goal is to have a very large cat on the other side of it. Um, and I've tried this before. I tried to lure them out of hiding using whatever means possible. But um, that's what we need for the royal rodents is a very large cat, and that will cure our those pests. And I don't know why this reminds me of the the Cambridge Christmas picture. You know how things take on a kind of a dark, sinister tone. Uh, things kind of how do I put it? Um, the unintended law of consequences. You invite the kids for photos and they're just not having it, or maybe the kids are not as well behaved as you thought they were. Some kids, you just can't take them anywhere, can you? And you know what? Prince Edward's uniform finally makes sense. You know, for a long time, I have been trying to understand Prince Edward's uniform, and I couldn't make heads or tail of it. I'm just like, when does that make sense? Well, now it makes sense. The closer we got to Christmas, the more I understood what he was going for, right? So, you know what I mean? Now that it's Christmas, now it makes sense to me. But before Christmas, I didn't get it. But yeah, that's I think that's what they were going for. A an inanimate object crusted with trinkets and pushed in a corner somewhere, and it doesn't make a sound. He has everything in common with a Christmas tree. Now, the King's speech. The King's speech. I'm going to have to drag Charlie just a little bit. The King's speech was all about the environment. Well, part of it was the environment, a call to consciousness of how we're treating the planet. So the Christmas tree is sustainable. That tree is not cut, it can actually be replanted. You can replant that Christmas tree and it will continue to grow. Now, this is the one thing that the press has not said. This is the thing that the derangers will not say. But do you all believe that this is the only Christmas tree? Do you believe that this is the only Christmas tree? Do you think that that family that is mostly German, where Christmas trees come from, do you think the very Germanic, what is the name of them? Saxe Coburg Gotha. Do you think the Saxe Coburg Gotha family would only have one Christmas tree. So yeah, you got a tree and you put like biodegradable paper mache baubles on it, right? But that's not the only Christmas tree. They have a Christmas tree at Sandringham. They have a Christmas tree at Windsor. They have a Christmas tree at Balmoral and Burke Hall and Dumfries and what's the other place he has? All of those places have Christmas trees and probably more than one of them. And I can guarantee you that that is the only sustainable tree, which is that's the only reason why we see it is because that's the only sustainable tree. This is such nonsense. Rosalind Wade, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Merry Christmas to you. But you got to know that this is a bunch of nonsense. The idea that they have, what is it, 20 homes and one tree? Really? This is the tree that the Wells children are going to enjoy for Christmas? I don't think so. And what about Camilla? Camilla has her own private residence. I'm sure Camilla has a tree or two. So yeah, much to do about nothing. Yeah, Grandpa Monster, right? With his cherry lip gloss. Charles is wearing his usual cherry lip gloss. Oh, the climate king, huh? Is that the climate king with his huge private jet? Now, this, to be fair, this is the Air Force One of the United Kingdom. It is shared by Charles and the high-ranking members of government, like the prime minister. Whenever they have a large delegation that travels, they take this plane. Whenever Charles travels and is too far for the little jet, he takes the big jet. This is how he got to Africa. So the environmental climate king actually has this commercial grade aircraft. This aircraft could hold 200 people, or it could hold 150 people and Robert Jobson. Actually, it could hold 125 people and Robert Jobson and Rebecca English. Yeah. So this plane, which is big enough to hold 125 passengers plus Robert Jobson and Rebecca English. And you know, when Robert Jobson and Rebecca English fly, they make them sit in a designated area just to keep the flight balanced. You know what I mean? They have to strap them down inside the plane lest they should shift while taking off. So anyway, what was I talking about? That's so bad. That is so bad. You guys, it's Christmas. I take that back. It's Christmas, and I'm not going to drag Robert Jobson, and I'm not going to drag Rebecca. Are you finished with that? Are there any seconds? Yes, I'm not going to drag Rebecca. Are there any seconds English? It's Christmas, and I'm too posh and above that. So I take all of that back. I don't know what came over me. Let me see. Okay. Now, King Charles, who is on his 35th visit to France, and Queen Camilla landed at Orly Airport on a British Airways flight. That's that big plane I just showed you on a British Airways. Oh, wait a minute. They didn't take a British Airways. Wait. Which plane is that? Let me see. Oh, they didn't take this one. They chartered an entire plane? They chartered an entire plane? Wow. And I want you to just take a look at the bottom. The king and the queen were driven from the airport in their own Bentley, which was transported from the UK, but the king accompanied Macron down the Champs-Elysees. Anyway, Charles, the environmentalist, actually shipped the state Bentley over to Paris, as if they don't actually have vehicles in Paris that they could use. They actually shipped the state Bentley. That is a waste of money. And imagine how many carbon emissions that generated. So there you go. The properties being reviewed. Apparently, they're I think they're trying to establish what the value of these properties are, like Balmoral Estate, which is wholly owned by the sovereign. That is not the property of the state. That is his private property passed on from one sovereign to the next. And take a look at there. Monarchy costs Britain £345 million a year, enough to pay for 1,300 nurses. According to climate group eco experts, the royal family has a carbon footprint of some 3,810 tons of carbon, CO2 carbon emissions equivalent each year, with Charles' personal footprint estimated to be 423 tons. The average UK carbon footprint is about 11.7 tons. So Charles is a one-man environmental wrecking machine. And look at all that. Look at all the property that they have. Nobody lives in these places full time, and yet they're heated and staffed. And Charles had the caucasity to go to the what do you call it? The COP28 and give this speech. And according to the people there, he is a huge hypocrite. And it's no more hypocritical. And, you know, I have to say it because it is true. The Queen goes viral for urging generosity and self-sacrifice in front of an ornate gold piano. These people do not read the room. They don't hear themselves. I mean, look at this. The Queen is in front of a gold piano and she's talking about tightening the belt. She's talking about sacrifice. And Charles has done the exact same thing, preaching about the environment in front of this tree that is supposed to be sustainable. That is no different than the Queen sitting in front of that gold piano. Utter hypocrisy. And Prince William, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Helicopter flights, private jets, multiple huge homes, personal train, climate change hypocrite. Prince Charles branded a serial hypocrite after flying less than 70 miles to attend a polo match. Royals spend more than $13 million of public money on private flights and helicopter journeys. And that was while the Queen was alive. Our children are judging us. Well, somebody should, hypocrite. King faces criticism after he forces 4 ministers to fly 400 miles to his private Scottish mansion for a taxpayer-funded meeting about carbon emissions. He had them fly 400 miles instead of a Zoom call for a taxpayer-funded meeting, right? So there's 2 strikes. 1, you had them fly up there. 2, and it was funded by the people. And 3, it's a meeting about carbon emissions. Are you insane? Ugh. A right royal snub. Almost 2/3 of Brits say they will not tune in to see Charles III crowned in May, but less than a third plan to attend celebratory street parties, with older people least likely to hang out the bunting. 6 in 10 plan to watch coverage of the regal showpiece at Westminster Abbey, but 30% thought it likely they would rather, that thought they would attend the street parties to mark the occasion. Well, the truth is, it was a big fat nothing burger. Now, security fears for King Charles amid worries Sandringham Christmas walkabout will be hit by protests after egg throwing. So Charles was the victim of Egg Boy. I call him Egg Boy. Egg Boy actually hurled a few eggs at Charles, and he was arrested, and he got a slap on the wrist. I don't think he did any jail time, but one of the things that he was talking about was people like Edward. I mean, not Edward, Andrew, the sick old man. That was one of the things that he was complaining about in his protests. And anyway, this was last year that Charles was worried about egg throwing. Well, I have some updated information about that. Charles, there are eggs out there with your name on it, so you might as well be careful. Do you guys see what I see? So today I looked at the images of the Sandringham church service, and did you all notice that there is one member of the entourage that seems a bit out of place? Did you guys notice that? Take a look there. Take a look here. Huh? And take a look there. Do you see what I see? So obviously, there has been a breach of security. It would appear to me that, in spite of all of the heightened security to avoid Charles ruining another suit during his walkabout, it appears to me that Egg Boy somehow has managed to get up front and center right there at the Mary Magdalene Church. He was able to hide behind Camilla's puffy hair or something. But yeah, I believe that that is Egg Boy. Isn't that something? Somehow he has managed to breach security. Maybe he lost his nerves at the last minute, but I think Egg Boy had Charles in his sights. And let me just tell you something. If it wasn't for an accident of birth, Charles Philip Arthur George Mountbatten-Windsor would just as well have probably been a big nobody. He probably would have worked at the fish market. He may have been a hobo on the street. There's nothing special about Charles except for an accident of birth. Um, if it wasn't for the fact that his family was married to that family, he could have ended up out there on the street just like anybody else. There's nothing special about him. If he had to struggle from obscurity to rise to be even an entrepreneur, a billionaire, I doubt if he would be able to do it. Either somebody hands him the money or not. Now, Fergie will be invited to spend Christmas with the royal family for the first time since she split from Andrew 30 years ago. Sarah is set to spend the holiday at Sandringham. Now, this was last year, you guys. This was last year. So it's all done incrementally. Last year was the big test. They had Fergie come and stay at Sandringham, right? For the first time in 30 years. And of course, at this point, the Queen was dead. So the Queen could not protest. And you know, if Philip was alive, this would have never happened. So Fergie went to Sandringham last year. Fast forward to 2023, and look who's back. Fergie. Fergie's back. So last year, Fergie was at Sandringham. Prince Andrew was at the church walk. You know, he walked to the church with the rest of them. So that was a test run. See if the public's okay with Fergie at Sandringham. No complaints. See if the public is okay with Andrew going to church last Christmas. No complaint. So this year, not only was Andrew back, but Fergie walked to church with them. So as you can see, um, everything seems to be falling into place. They have gotten their Andrew back, the sick old man, and Fergie is back. It's as though they never divorced. It's as though she never stuck her foot in somebody's mouth. It's as though he never went to Pizza Express. It's as though they never paid out 12 million pounds to somebody he never met for something that he definitely did not do. But then again, I'm just being sarcastic. Now, you guys, I have a sound bite I have to play for you. Please don't cuss me out, but I have to do it. These two women right here, they remind me of Diamond and Silk. Do you guys remember Diamond and Silk? Well, now it's just Silk because I think Diamond died. But Diamond and Silk, they were the ones, they're on the right side, by the way. They were the ones who were the black women that was really checking for Donald Trump. Oh, they love Donald Trump. They made so much money because they just love them some Donald Trump. Diamond and Silk, that's what they call them, Diamond and Silk. Well, it's either Diamond or Silk. One of them died. I can't remember which one. Well, if you look on the left side, is that how do you pronounce her name? Let me see. How do you pronounce that? How do you say that name? Let me see. Let me study it. Bronte Stewart and Stephanie Abdullah traveled from Washington, D.C. to meet members of the royal family in Sandringham, Norfolk. They thought the royals were irrelevant and only white supremacists followed them? Huh. Well, I'm here to tell you guys, there's a new Diamond and Silk. There is a new Diamond and Silk. But instead of following Donald Trump, they are celebrating the royal family. You know, that's their business. I'm not coming for them, but it couldn't be me. It could not be me going through all of that. Okay, I'm going to let you listen to them. Give me just 1 second here.
Well, it was a pretty full collection of the royal family today here at Mary Magdalene Church on the Sandringham estate. All senior royals were in attendance, as you said, led by the King and Queen, and with the Prince and Princess of Wales and their 3 children, George, Charlotte and Louis here. Prince Louis, actually, who you know can be a bit excitable, had his hand clasped firmly by his cousin Mia Tyndall, who was also part of the royal party going to church here. But the surprise guest, as you say, the person we weren't expecting to see, was Sarah, Duchess of York. And now she has been part of Christmases at Sandringham over the years, but never publicly. And by our calculation, she hasn't been part of the royal family celebration in front of the cameras for more than 30 years since her divorce and since a number of scandals followed her. So to see her here today was something of a surprise. She has had a very difficult year. She's recovering from breast cancer, but she was here with her ex-husband and with her 2 daughters as well, Beatrice and Eugenie, who were both part of the royal party. So she was the surprise package of the day. But around 2,000 people lined the route up to Mary Magdalene Church here, many of them who've been queuing since around 4 o'clock this morning here for a prime position in the front row. Many of them got a chance to talk to senior members of the royal family, and afterwards we spoke to some of those who had a bit of contact with the royals.
I'm here on holiday and I got to see the royal family, which was at the top of my list. I've been loving them since I can remember, and this has just been great. And shaking the king's hand, I probably will never wash it again.
We will be back.
Third time.
This is my 5th time.
A 5th time.
Yeah, so I come to the royal events I was here for the King's coronation. I was here for the Platinum Jubilee. I was here for Prince Harry's wedding. I was here before that on a self-created, curated Princess Diana tour. So I just come, and the more that I come, the more I realize I have to come back.
Well, the royal family are now back inside Sandringham House, where they will have their own Christmas lunch ahead of them all, watching the King's Christmas broadcast.
It's been happening.
So I hope you were able to hear that clearly. These two ladies, Diamond and Silk, the new Diamond and Silk, traveled from Washington, D.C. so that they could be at Sandringham to watch the royal family trot into church. The one that spoke first is the one on the right side. The one in green, she was the one who spoke second. She's the one who's seen the royal family 5 times. Or this is her 5th time there or whatever. So there they were with their American flag waving. And of course, the members of the press zeroed in on them. They wanted to know who is the new Diamond and Silk. Let me see. Shucking and jiving clowns make me sick. Sick! You hear me? Sick! They make me sick. Whew. Well, they got some new ones. They got a new Diamond and Silk. A new Diamond and Silk. So who knows who orchestrated this? Or maybe that's just how they feel. Maybe that's in their heart that they wanted to be there for the royal family. They just love the royal family. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to add anything else to that. Merry Christmas from Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. And I have a little video I want to play for you. Do you guys remember this young man? Do you remember him? Well, look at there. We hope everyone is having a lovely Christmas day. Here are some of our well-child families' positive photos. Share yours by commenting below Merry Christmas. So I recognized that kid instantly because this is the kid that was in that video with Prince Harry. Absolutely adorable. And if you haven't seen the video before, check it out now. You are going to absolutely love him. You are going to.
Does anyone call you Harry or not?
No, just
Good man. I love that.
that's enormous.
Enormous. It's full of beans today, particularly.
You've got little ones, haven't you? So you'll know what it's like.
I think it's brilliant.
Henry, why don't you show Prince your award? Hold it up and show him.
That is a very, very cool award. You know, I was supposed to be the one giving it to you, and I was sadly not able to be there. I'm sorry we didn't get to meet Henry.
That's all right.
You tell you what, you sound just like my son Archie.
Really?
The same little squeaky voice. I love it.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? How was the night? How was it? Did you enjoy it? I know the whole thing was changed and it was cut short, but were you able to enjoy it?
Yeah, and we got to meet it was really nice to meet lots of other families and share experiences with them and talk about our journey with Henry and understand their journeys and talk to people who work for the charity and other nurses and stuff. So it was lovely. It was really, really nice. Really good.
Yeah, Henry's quite individual with his how good he is physically, running around, and so just him sitting down, it'd be a different picture if you saw him running around now. So everyone got to experience that at the awards. So I think it was a bit of a showstopper, really. Him and
Yeah. So tell me, are you a naughty Henry or are you a good Henry?
Good Henry.
Good Henry.
You're a good Henry. Would you?
You've just started school, haven't you?
How are Archie and Lilibet doing? How are Archie and Lilibet doing?
They're doing great. How old are you now?
I'm not 5 yet.
You're not 5 yet. When's your birthday?
16th of November. Almost 15th of November.
15th of November. Wow. So it's literally just over a month away. Are you excited?
When is your birthday?
My birthday's on the 15th of September. Yeah, but yes, in answer to your question, Henry, Archie is very, very busy, and Lily is learning to use her voice, which is great.
We know what that's like as well.
You have to, by the way, you have to continue being the brave boy that you are, okay? Not just for your mum and dad, but for your little brother as well.
Oh, I love him. How's Archie and Lilybeth? How's Archie and Lilybeth? When is your birthday? Isn't he adorable? He is the cutest little thing. And so brave, and just, I love that kid. I love that kid. As soon as I saw him, I recognized him. His name is Henry. So Harry asked him, do they call you Harry too? And anyway, he's really sweet. He is super, super sweet. Love that kid. Now, I got a little more dragging to do. You know who did you know what again? Everybody knows that Meghan wore that hat for that last Sandringham visit that she had. And lo and behold, Kitty had to do the most today by wearing an identical hat to the one that Meghan wore at Sandringham last time. I'm telling you guys, there is something so sinister and abusive about that family. This is abusive. This is a provocation. That's what it is. They are trying to solicit a response. That's exactly that. You know, this is why I don't feel sorry for Kate. I really don't feel sorry for her. If it was anybody else, I might actually have a bit of sympathy. But she is such a cruel, malicious, mean-spirited person. Absolutely mean-spirited. She does these things deliberately. All the time. This is not by chance. This was by design. And so, in response to that, I wanted to make sure that I showed you the hat up close. Because in case you couldn't see the hat here, I wanted to zoom in on that hat as close as possible so you could see every fold and every grain, every fiber of that hat. I didn't want you to miss anything. I want you to see exactly how that hat is wearing, slowly wearing and just aging. That hat is getting old. The design of that hat is really succumbing to time. And I wanted to zoom in. And mind you, I did not edit these photos. I haven't done anything to those hats. But I wanted you to see what the hat looks like up close, because the hat is getting rather frumpy looking. The hat is weathered and frumpy and a bit dated. Yes, that hat is dated. That hat is yesterday's news. And again, I promise you, I have not altered these photos in any way possible, but it was just important for, reference that I zoom in on that hat so you could see it up close, right? And yes, they may have starched the hat, and they may have tinted the hat, and maybe they pulled and tucked it so the hat would look really neat and new. But the truth is that hat is getting old, really old. It's a very old hat. So anyway, now that you've seen the hat up close, I can move on. Now that you've seen that hat up close, now that you see what time and elements have done to that hat, I think we can move on. Leg says that hat needs to go back in the box on the shelf. That's what I was saying. I would put that hat right back in the box and stick it on the shelf and just leave it there. Or you could always get a new hat. As a matter of fact, there may be a new hat over at the next estate, right? Because main house, Admiral Hall, there's another estate that belongs to the Lord Cholmondeley, and or is it the Marquis of Cholmondeley? Anyway, they have hats over there too. They have hats in a variety of styles, but you can have any hat you want so long as you get the rose-colored hat. Right. I think William likes the rose-colored hat. The rose-colored hat looks better than this one. So, you guys, I hate to talk about this because I don't want you to become jaded. I don't want you guys to have any negative feelings about Christmas, but crime does not take a sleep because it's Christmas. Crime does not stop because it's Christmas. There's always crime. There's always somebody somewhere doing something terrible. Whether it's wearing a battered, torn, worn out, faded hat, or there's other things that happen on Christmas. And it's my duty as a content creator to share that with you. Like, for instance, there's a lot of Santa Clauses out there. And some of these Santa Clauses, what could I say? They've done time. Some of these Santa Clauses have been to the big house. Yeah, so you have to be careful with these Santas because not all Santas are created equal. Also, there was a theft that happened last year. Do you guys remember last year that William and Kate stole the idea from Hannah Dale of Wendell Designs and didn't even credit her, allegedly? George painted the exact poses, apparently all by himself. Yes, wink, wink, sure. Do these people really not know that the internet and social media exists? You know, the same way these people try to take a photo in black and white and pretend like they've always done that when we know that that really is a Sussex thing. The same way these people will start a what is it? The early years, right? The early years and the 5 questions, that was stolen. The Earth shot, that was stolen. As a matter of fact, everything that they do at Kensington Palace is somebody else's stuff. I mean, take a look at this. This was last year. Festive Friends Stag luxury boxes, gift cards, right? £10. And this painting on the right side, which looks very identical, was supposedly created by George. So I'm going to assume that George has the skill to paint something like that, right? Right. I mean, most children have that skill. I don't know, but they said that this was by George, and I guess we have to believe them. So there's a Christmas crime, possibly, allegedly. What about this one? Do you guys know that there was an incident where a flying saucer, and I suspect this alien is probably inebriated. This flying saucer actually knocked Santa and his reindeers right out of the sky. So that's why I say there's a lot of crime associated with Christmas, and we just don't hear about it because we're all in such a good mood. But I think that this alien is going to get a FUI. This Martian alien is going to get a FUI, which of course is flying under the influence. So they're going to have to talk to the judge about it. And then, of course, apparently, one of the inflatable Santa Clauses and an inflatable snowman were caught urinating on the Green Bay Packers helmet on someone's front lawn. Obviously, they are not Packer fans, but they were caught urinating on the helmet of a Green Bay Packer. So, oh, you think it was traced? And of course, even in a shopping mall with all of the witnesses, you're not safe in the shopping mall. They used to laugh and call him names. So he killed them all. He killed them all. Apparently, Rudolph got tired of people making fun of him. So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer uh, had a mass incident at the shopping mall, and all of the rest of the reindeers were found in a heap of antlers on the floor. And Rudolph, of course, had the last laugh. So if anybody has seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, do not approach him because he might be dangerous. He's already taken out all the rest of, I mean, look at Donner and Blitzen and Nixon and all the rest of them. They have been wiped out. So be careful. Do not approach Rudolph if you see him. Okay, call the authorities and stand down, because you too, you too may find yourself on the floor of the shopping mall. B. Martim says, Baron, they gave the 5-finger discount new meaning. Yes, they did, B. Martin. They did. Of course, according to their Christmas photo, one of those fingers are missing. Okay. And also, there is an all points bulletin for Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear is a vigilante, that is. Buzz Lightyear, you know, there's been a lot of trouble with the elf on the shelf. So Buzz Lightyear decided to take the law into his own hands, and he decided to apprehend the elf on the shelf. Now, again, you guys, there is no room in a civilized society for a vigilante. There's no room for a vigilante in a civilized society. Do not take the law into your own hands, because you know what? I meant to tell you, they caught him. Buzz Lightyear is going up the river. Buzz Lightyear is going to be prosecuted and convicted, I am sure. I am certain of that, because he decided to take the law into his own hands and apprehend, do a citizen's arrest on the elf on the shelf. You're not supposed to do that. It's called a citizen's arrest. Yeah, but still, it's a vigilante-ism. Now, the crimes, okay, the punishment, does the crime, wait a minute, how do they say it? Does the punishment fit the crime? Well, let's see. Does the punishment fit the crime? The elf on the shelf is no angel. As a matter of fact, I had to censor this photo because the elf on the shelf decided to show Barbie his candy cane in a box. He decided to show Barbie his candy cane in a box. And you can't just go around showing your candy cane in a box. That is not kosher. So apparently this elf has been on a bit of a crime spree of his own. So again, this crime was so heinous, so sick, I had to censor the photo. Apparently, the elf cut a hole in the box and exposed a candy cane to an unsuspecting Barbie. It was just sick, I tell you, sick. But this elf has okay, listen. The next time you see an elf selling lemonade, remember this happened, okay? The next time an elf tries to sell you lemonade, I would not drink it if I was you, because these elves are some pretty sick SOBs. They are sick. Do you hear me? Sick. They're absolutely sick. So you can't go around drinking everybody's lemonade. I don't care how thirsty you are. You don't know where that lemonade has been. So the elf on the shelf was finally apprehended, and he too found himself locked up, busted, jailed. And I hope he's going to spend a long time thinking about the crimes that he has committed. Elaine Parker, good night, Elaine Parker. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us tonight. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Christmas to you. And thank you for being such a gracious and kind moderator, and also a member of Royal Sussex. Thank you so much. Good night. Let me see here. You think I'm under the influence of rum cake? Of course not. And I haven't had any lemonade either. Look at the elf. Look at the elf. Nobody knows the troubles I have seen. Nobody knows but Santa. Nobody knows the troubles I have seen. Nobody knows but Santa. And of course, speaking of Santa, down in Rosacita, Mexico, there is an evil Santa running around. As a matter of fact, that Santa was seen chasing a very suspicious looking young lady from Texas. Yes, a very suspicious looking young lady from Texas was seen being shaken vigorously and violently by Santa. This particular Santa Claus seems to believe that this young lady owes him something. As a matter of fact, Santa even said that he had this young lady's phone number. So I'm going to turn the blind eye to this one. As far as I'm concerned, this Santa can shake and squeeze and elbow and pretty much do whatever it wants to do, because this is a bad little girl. This little girl is just awful. I can't stand her. So whatever this little girl has done, I'm sure the punishment is adequate to the crime. VS, hey VS, thank you for joining us. Anyway, that's a sick person there. And yes, that's one child I don't feel sorry for. Now, Japan is still trying to figure out Christmas. For some reason, Japan, they seem to have confused Godzilla and the Christmas tree. I know they're both green, but at some point you have to stop doing this. Every year, Japan, there's confusion about Christmas and Godzilla. I don't know how you mix the two of those together. A Christmas tree doesn't have flames blowing out of his mouth. The Christmas tree doesn't even have a mouth. A Christmas tree doesn't have red glowing eyes, but they do in Japan. I mean, look at this. The Japanese, they usually get everything so right. How could they have gone so terribly wrong with Christmas, confusing the Christmas tree and Godzilla? I mean, this is sick. This is beyond the pale. I'm morally opposed. Now, the other thing, a new Japan, I like this one. Japan has created yet another uniquely Japanese Christmas tradition, and that is Christmas sushi. That's right. In Japan, they actually are serving Christmas sushi. So, this is yet another. This is yet another little confusion that the Japanese people seem to have when it comes to Christmas. Anna Boyd, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being here tonight on Royal Sussex. Now, sometimes when kids ask for things for Christmas, this may have happened to you. This is not exactly a crime, but it is rather sad. What does Sophie want for Christmas? She loves anything frozen. So when there's somebody ask you what does a child want for Christmas, and they say she loves anything frozen, I don't think they meant a box of chicken nuggets. But I guess with all the confusion and what with the holiday rush and everything, some people get confused and think that Sophie wanted anything frozen, which may include chicken nuggets. I am pretty sure that was not the intention, but poor Sophie. Now, as for the elf, I have an update. The elf on the shelf, the elf that has been serving very suspicious lemonade, the elf that presented a candy cane to Barbie in the most auspicious way, the elf on the shelf apparently was jailed with an inmate called Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, the elf on the shelf was jailed with Hannibal Lecter. And so now we won't have any more trouble from the elf on the shelf. The elf on the shelf is at the lemonade stand in the sky. The elf on the shelf is at that lemonade stand in the sky. Stand in the sky. The elf on the shelf will no longer present his candy cane in a box to an unsuspecting Barbie. Let me see. Official Lauren Brown says, "Thank you, Baron. You are making me laugh right now." Well, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And thank you so much for being a member of Royal Sussex. And thank you so much for the super sticker. And W. Bridges, thank you for the super sticker. And thank you so much for being here tonight. Happy holidays to you both. And many happy returns of the day. Thank you very much. So yes, apparently the elf on the shelf was jailed with a cannibal, Hannibal the cannibal. And so that's the end of the elf on the shelf. Bon appetit. That time when you knocked over 15 kids to sit on Santa's lap. Oh, who hasn't, right? Who hasn't? Now, this seems like a very Church Nelly crime. This seems like something Church Nelly would do. But since Church Nelly's not here to defend herself, I'm going to say I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But apparently, there has been somebody out there knocking over people trying to get to the Santa's lap. So, but then again, not all Santas are created equal, right? I mean, some Santas got it going on, and some of them don't. Some of them look like Thomas Markle Sr. And prosecutors want incriminating statements admitted in Christmas 2020 home invasion trial. Apparently, someone broke into a home, and during the home invasion, they managed to strip down to their skivvies, and they even cooked breakfast. They sauteed something, but I don't know who reports a crime like this, but I mean, true or false? I mean, yes or no? If someone like this manages to force their way into your home and decided that they needed to uh, remove articles of clothing before they cooked you a nice hot meal, do you complain? Who complains about that? So I say whoever reported this Santa should be the one in jail. As a matter of fact, don't take the homeowner to jail. I mean, don't take Santa to jail. Take the homeowner for having the ridiculous reaction to an. This doesn't happen every day. I mean, if that happens, if this guy breaks into your house, go with it. I'm just saying, go with it, because this may never happen to you again. So just go with it. Sometimes in life, you have to just go with it. Don't complain, just go with it. So go with it. So there you go. Merry Christmas. And as for the prosecutor, send the prosecutor a Polaroid. Yeah, send the prosecutor a picture. The prosecutor will probably drop the charges, right? I think the prosecutor is likely to drop the charges. And of course, last night I discovered while going through social media the reason why Church Nellie is probably not here today is because of where she was last night. Last night, Church Nellie and her friends were they actually invited entertainment to their annual Christmas party. And the reason why you don't see Church Nellie is because Church Nellie is holding the camera. But I promise you, this was on Church Nellie's burner account. She has a burner account on the Instagram. So I lifted this from Church Nellie's Instagram. So Church Nellie is not here tonight because she's hanging out with her friends right now. So that's why Church Nellie is not here. And of course, Happy Kwanzaa from Afro Annie. Every year, Afro Annie goes back to her roots or somebody's roots, those undisclosed, barely mentioned roots. They go all the way back to Charlotte of Mecklenburg. She's going back to her Charlotte of Mecklenburg roots to wish you all a happy Kwanzaa. And we're almost done, you guys. I just have a few more. 2 weeks ago, the kennel of Pennsylvania Animal Shelter were nearly filled. Now, for the first time in 47 years, they are completely empty. They are completely empty. All of their canines and all of their kitties have been adopted for the first time in 40 years. So that is miraculous because, 47 years of being a shelter, and for the first time, there's nothing there. So this is truly a Christmas miracle. Christmas without Christ is just a mess. I say amen to that. And on a more serious note, you guys, let us all take a moment of silence in memory of all the loved ones who cannot be with us this holiday season. For all of the loved ones who cannot be with us this holiday season. Okay. That was for all of the loved ones, the squatties and civilians that could not be with us for the holiday for whatever reason. And of course, Christmas prayers for Gaza. Gaza, the most densely populated place on earth, over 2 million people residing in a 25-mile long by something wide area. And they have been under the worst attack in the history of Gaza. And I'm not going to get into the politics of it right now, but I know apartheid when I see it. And also, I know a genocide when I see it. It has to stop. It should have never started. And as we are enjoying our friends and family and such, there are people in a lot of trouble right now. And they need our prayers. And in some cases, they need our activism. And also, I like to pray for the people who are using their voices to try to stop this. So a lot of very young, brave people out there, and they deserve all of our support. And this will be the last word for today. For unto us a child is born, his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. And I will say amen to that. And I'm going to thank you. You guys have gotten through all 90 slides. So I do thank you for that. And I do thank you for all of your likes and shares, for all of your support for Royal Sussex. And on behalf of all the content creators, I'm going to say thank you for keeping this community strong and vibrant. In every way possible, whether you like, share, comment, or even donate, donating to the various charities and causes that are part of our values at the in the Sussex Squad. All of those things are equally important. So again, thank you. And also, I will see you all tomorrow as per usual. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. One of the things that makes this possible is the moderators, because with all of those negative comments and such that flood some of these social media spaces, it tends to run people away. You are here because you want to escape that negativity, not follow it, not drown in it. So that is the reason why we have these safe spaces, and we have to keep those safe spaces safe so that we can express ourselves. We can enjoy all of the positive things. We can celebrate those special moments, like being at a Beyonce concert, without being inundated with all the negative, nasty stuff. Very, very important. So again, thank you. And also, let's see, what else? I think that's it. So that's Christmas. I wanted to make it fun, informative, full of facts, drag a few of those Saxe-Coburg girdles, or whatever their name is, the Saxe-Coburg girdle family. But I probably would have done that anyway. But yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And with that, I am going to, why don't we end with Mrs. Claus? Yeah, we'll end with Mrs. Claus. I'll take a look at a couple of your comments before I go. Right, let me see here. Thank you, Baron. Merry Christmas. We love you. Thank you, Pura. Thank you very much. Let me see. B. Martin, love you too. Mary H. Oh, that's sweet. Merry Christmas, everyone, says Leslie F. Thank you, Royal Sussex, for uplifting and positive vibes. You're quite welcome, Kathy A. Good night. Miss Lydia Washington says joy of more. And let me see. I'm going to go back the other way. Oh, okay. Mary H is wishing Merry Christmas. Oh, you're welcome, Anastasia. Thank you for being here. Okay. Maggie Howell says, thanks, Baron and moderators. Absolutely. Thank you. Nighty Night, Lauren Brown. Lady Trillion, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Okay. And also, let me go through these right quick. Thank you, Elaine Parker, Duchess of Success, Sean, Janet Lavalley, Brown Girl, Joy Henry, Kathy A, Michelle Breathwaite, Legs, B. Martim, Anna Boyd, Official Lauren Brown, W. Bridges. I hope I didn't miss anybody. But thank you all. And, oh, you know what? I wonder if Anne is on tonight. Let me see. I'm checking to see. I don't see. Duchess of Success hasn't been on for a couple nights. Let me see if she's on tonight. Nope, I don't think so. But yes, I guess she'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. All right. Okay. Oh, Andrea Allen, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex and for being a member of Royal Sussex. Very cool. Okay. All right. Cue Mrs. Claus. Where's Mrs. Claus? Yeah, we won't see Mrs. Claus again until next year, so we might as well enjoy her tonight. Okay. Wow, that guy is the loudest thing to come out of New York since Patti LuPone. That guy is the loudest thing to come out of New York since Patti LuPone. I mean to tell you, that kid's got quite a set of lungs on him. I don't know why he's not on Broadway, but maybe he is. That is a loud young man. Oh, well. And yes, that is someone else. That is not me. I keep hearing people ask me, Baron, were you in New York? No, that was not me. I can see how it sounds like me, but no, it's not me. So anyway, thank you all very much. And we are going to do this again for New Year's, of course. New Year's Eve, I'm going to start at what time? 11:30 Eastern time, East Coast time. And we are going to continue until it is New Year's on the West Coast. So hopefully I can find some fun stuff for that night. Maybe review the year in Sussex. Speaking of a year in Sussex, I hope you guys have taken some time to watch the video that Claire Kane posted. It was fantastic. It was a review of some of the stuff that happened this past year, as well as some really cool TikToks. So I do recommend you check it out. But okay, so love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. And don't worry about Harry and Meghan. They are going to have a fantastic new year because they have a queen watching over them and they have a queen at the house with them. The warrior princess and the rock of the Sussex household will be there. So they are in safe hands. You betcha. Okay. See you tomorrow. Love you guys and Merry, Merry Christmas.